Hello, and once again, thanks for coming. This video is going to be about billing and resubmitting a claim, okay, and how you mark the claim as resubmitted. I do believe was the question that had been asked. And so in the traditional style of not me, but YouTube, because of course YouTube rewards you for how long you talk and how long you can keep somebody watching. So in this video, there's a 3-step process. And of course, we know that the algorithms like 3-step processes, or at least step processes. And this is going to be a 3-step process. One, I'm going to show you that you need to be in a patient's chart, and just for what's that thing called, security reasons and HIPAA reasons, this is not a real patient, so there is no real PHI that's being shared in this video. As you can see, it does say test patient. So I'm in a test patient's chart, and we need to resubmit a claim for this particular chart because it's been corrected. Now, what you need to do after so step 1 is to verify that you are submitting a claim for the proper patient. Also, you can see I'm on the patient's dashboard where it shows you the patient's balance and insurance. And so you want to verify that this information is correct and that what is owed by insurance and what is owed by the patient. Okay, this is just one of the places that you can see it. Step 2, I'm going to go to the main menu and I'm going to go to the billing manager. And in the billing manager, which is step 2, so in step 2, I'm going to go to the billing manager. And then now there's a couple of ways that you can look up a patient. You can look up a patient by name, or you can look up a patient by ID. My personal preference is ID because it's harder to misspell a number. And so this patient is 246. See, I told you it's hard to misspell a number. So this patient is 246. And what I'm going to do is take away the date of service today because I want to see all of the outstanding claims for this patient that are open and ready to be submitted to the clearinghouse. Step 3, I'm going to update the billing manager. Always, always, always update the billing manager. Now, as you can see, I have a claim in here that is ready to be processed. And how I know it's ready to be processed, because if I put a check in the box far to the right, it still said this reopen here will change to highlight it because that's telling me that it's already been billed. But now if I reopen the claim already, because I can do that over in the fee sheet, that's one place to reopen it, or I can reopen it here, process it, do whatever I need to do to it, and then get it ready for resubmit. Now, it doesn't look like this is a button. It just looks like words on a page, but it's actually a button. So miscellaneous billing options is what the MOB stands for. And so in the miscellaneous billing options, and this has been set here because it gives you a shortcut into this. Now, if I'm resubmitting a claim, I need to tell them that I'm resubmitting the claim. And so that's down here in this box. So I can put an additional note in here, or I can say this is an X12 only replacement claim, or it's a void claim, or it's a new claim. And then, of course, I can put in whatever number that I need to put in here, but also if I need to add an additional note, whatever I want to tell the clearinghouse about this claim, that goes there. And then I go ahead and save that information. I'm just going to say, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, just save that information. Of course, that updates that claim with the information. Now I can go here. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder. I'm just having fun. So you guys hang with me because, we like having fun. Like it really mattered if I typed that right or not. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now I want to see if when I do this and this and this, and I'm going to validate only. Oh, that's right. I have no X12 partner selected. That's bad. So let me go over here and select Trizetto, and I don't have any insurance assigned for this, so it's not going to let me do it. Darn. Too many things to have set correctly. But if I go back into the patient's chart and give them insurance, hey, you want to hang around for that? Or otherwise, you can go ahead and drop out of this video and go ahead and do your thing. But just for let's try it again. Algorithm's sake, I'm going to jump over here into the patient's chart and do the oh, the reason that it's not showing insurance in the billing manager is because my insurance have expired. It expired on July 31st, 2025. So if I go back into the patient's chart, because that insurance wasn't covering this particular policy, I can go ahead and change this to 2026 and then save this. Now the policy is saved. I'm going to go back to the patient's chart. Yeah. That's one of our simple alerts that we have that shows up every time you go into the patient's chart. I'm going to go not now. And I'm going to go back to the billing manager, and I'm going to leave all this here, and I'm going to reload billing manager. And now when I go to here, darn, I thought I was going to have insurance that I could share. Wait a minute. Hang on. It's down here. Okay, so what's the date on this thing? It is 9. Oh, I have to go backwards because the counter is 9/2024. That's the one I was looking at. Okay, so that makes sense. And if I look at the insurance, it doesn't cover 2024. So same deal. Okay, by the way, guys, I'm just having fun with this. So again, if you want to drop off, you can. I'm doing this for the algorithm's sake and mine, just having fun. Save this. Now the policy is saved, I'm going to go back to the billing manager, and then I'm going to go ahead and reload the billing manager with the same information. And dang, there it is. So now it covers the period in which the insurance is for. I can go ahead, that's assigned, that's Trizetto. And now this is back to where we left off. And I'm going to go ahead and sign this and do this and do, oh, but see, it's going to drop it to the claim manager, or the, what's that thing called again? Not claim manager, but the batching system, because we have an automatic batcher here. And with that automatic batcher, I'm not going to be able to view the claim, but I'm going to try it anyway. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so as you can see, the stuff out of miscellaneous billing shows up there and here, right here. That additional note that I put in is right here. So yes, we did get to view this before it gets successfully put into the claim batching. So everything seems to be working fine, and that's how the miscellaneous billing options work for the program. Thanks for watching. Of course, leave a comment below, or, well, I don't know what the or is. Never mind. Thanks for watching. Bye.